Okay, y'all, we're still coming to you live from the No Sleep Soirée. And joining me now is Famous here bright and early in the scene. How you doing, Famous?
I'm doing fine. How about yourself?
I'm doing fantastic. So start us out. What brings you to the No Sleep Soirée?
Well, actually, I was invited. I had been conversing with Paul for a few months, and I was just letting him know that how I was in the music industry and what I'm trying to, my goals and everything. And I guess he thought it was a great idea for me to come, so I made it my business to get up here by any means necessary.
Okay, so what do you expect to get out of this event? Just networking, or what is your?
Networking, exposure, um, of course, getting to know, that comes with networking, but just getting to know him as a better person as well. Just prosperity, just being blessed, just to be around likewise people.
Oh, I can definitely relate to that. Who doesn't want more of that, right? So now we want to get to know you a little bit better, Famous. So everybody has a story. You meet every musician here in Atlanta, and they're all doing different things. They all have different paths. But what is your story? What is your background, and how did that sort of transition into you being famous?
Okay, well, as a toddler, I always listened to music. I started out with poetry, and I looked at I really admire Alicia Keys, some Tupac and everything. And then my stepdad, he just listened to a lot of banging music while I was in the car, so it kind of like I didn't know how to use my voice for singing, but I knew how to create the sound at that point. But I just went into writing more and doing poetry. And just as I didn't even give myself the name famous. A lot of people in school and around me just always said I would be famous. So it's just something that kind of grew on me, and I just stuck with it. But yeah, that's pretty much the background of it. I mean, it's like it's very fluent for me to do it. It's not nothing that I have to work hard at. It's a gift, pretty much.
So you would just say it's something that comes naturally,
Naturally, yeah.
and naturally you being famous.
Yeah.
Okay. So speaking of famous and fame, can you name any high-profile artists or people in the industry that you've worked with? Like, what are some big names?
Well, I haven't worked with any high profile industry people yet, but I know it is to come.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, let's speak it into existence now.
It is to come, yeah. Just the name famous, it was just given to me based off what people their perception of me, not because I felt like I would be famous, because other people felt like that when I was doing the music. So I just took the name, and it just grew on me. Yep.
Well, if you can believe it, it will
Oh,
be
I believe
conceived.
it.
So, and it will absolutely. So, what would you say famous is your style of music? Are you more gospel pop? Are you more R&B? What is your genre?
Like I can be versatile, but I say right now I'm more of into the hip hop, and I'm trying to go towards the R&B to reach more of a bigger audience. And I'm just still crafting and gonna get in the studio and just working with different instrumentals and stuff like that. And just I really go from my heart, but at the same time I want to give people something that they can relate to as well. If it's even because I may go through something that others may not be able to relate to. So I just try to broaden all of that to be able to create great music.
That's definitely something inspiration. That's definitely something I can relate to. So when we were speaking earlier, you were talking more about getting into the business side as well, and really knowing that business side of music to really sort of factors in to the craft, and which is really important. And many people don't understand that. So what would you say that your involvement with business? How would you say that's helped you in terms of your music career? And what is that knowledge bar for you?
Just being able to rough draft, and also take the being able to rough draft and research and take the proper steps than just not being knowledgeable and wasting time. So I feel like by me knowing the business side of marketing and image and all of that stuff with a brand, that's with anything with a business, you have to have that. And you being an artist, you're a brand, you're a business, you're a walking billboard. So that's why I feel like that I've incorporated that into myself. I haven't reached the full potential, but I know I will.
Yeah, we will definitely be keeping on track with that as well. So tell me more about how we can keep in contact with you. You're up and coming, and we know you're going to be famous. So I'm looking to you. I'm looking to you to be blown up everywhere. But for people that want to get to know you more and kind of get to know your style and the mission that you're on, what are some of your social media handles and places we can keep in touch?
Okay, Instagram is famous, FAMOUZDB, and Twitter famous, FAMOUZ, because a lot of people tend to get it with an S underscore DV. And I also have a Facebook. I don't know if they follow that or not, but it's famous. And also my legal name is Raven Yates. So, and y'all can follow me on that. And Twitter as well is, I think I said that, FAMOUZ underscore DB. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll follow Raven, we'll follow Famous, we'll follow all that.
Please tune in.
Absolutely.
We got some great things coming up. Got a lot of great things
Okay.
coming up.
So just another question for you. A lot of people that I've met kind of in this industry have a lot of different motivations for why they do music. So what would you say is a motivation or an influence for you in terms of music being your passion? Like what makes it your passion?
Well, it's just, I wouldn't say what makes it my passion. It's just something that just comes natural. Just hearing music. I mean, music gives you a feeling. It gives you a vibe. It gives you an energy. It can motivate you. It can put you in different places. So I express myself through music. But what I'm learning now, I can express myself through music. But I would like to also be more creative and make a different style of music, even though it's not coming from what I've been through. You get what I'm saying? So that's where the creativity comes in at. Yeah.
Well, thank you, Famous, for being so candid with us. And one more question before we let you go. Is there anything happening here in Atlanta that you want to be brought to light? I mean, be it music, fashion, anything. Kind of chat to us about that.
Far as what I would like to be involved in or just what's going on here.
Anything. Just the platform is yours.
I just would like to be on the platform. I pretty much. I don't know exactly what's going on, but I would love to be involved. And the more exposure, it's just better. You know, whether not saying I want bad exposure, but people are not gonna always love you. But I just would like to be on all of the platforms to be able to tell my story and just get everyone to be able to listen to my music, my sound, and my gift. You know.
Well, we can all definitely relate to that, Famous, an up and coming artist. So we will definitely keep in contact with you and be checking on more updates from you. This has been Simone Jameson with On the Guest List. Keep it locked here. Okay, so I hope y'all have been feeling the love and the hype that I've been getting from these interviews. And so right now, I'm with one of my hype guys, Mr. E.T. from Hot 1079, Dirty Boys Benefit.
We understand. You good?
Oh, yeah. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good right now. This is it's pretty fun out here. You know what I'm saying? People just coming out having a good time, and we enjoying ourselves right now.
So what brings you out specifically to this No Sleep Soirée event today?
Well, it's just kind of, it's summer. It's still summer in the ATL, man. So it doesn't get colder until like the end of October, early November, and then it gets back warm again. But we just having a good time, man. Playing some of my music. I'm also known as Benefit, the real Benefit on IG. I am Benefit on Twitter. But we just out here having a good time, meeting people and shaking hands and drinking and enjoying life.
Yeah, we all about who doesn't like enjoying life, right? So let's get a little more background on you. You see, you were with your affiliation was with Hot 1079, but you are also sort of branching out into the music industry in terms of being a rapper, being an artist. So tell us more about that craft and what motivated you to really make that leap into that part of the Atlanta entertainment industry.
I've been doing it for a long time. I used to go by Sandman a while ago. I changed my name, but I've had songs. If you've ever heard the Shopaholic record with Gucci Mane and Nicki Minaj and Bobby Valentino on the hook, I was the guy rapping after Nicki. So I've been in this music part of it for a long time. But I just kind of changed the name up and just switched things up a little bit. But I had to focus a lot on Dirty Boys because, you have to have a foundation. So, with me doing music and my partner doing music, Stewie Rock, shouts out to him, after you. One of us had to, hold down the fort in the sense of, the show. So I just really worked hard on building the brand Dirty Boys for Hot 1079 because it's a brand that me and Jay started that before we even came to Hot. But it's just kind of like something where, I had to let that foundation go. So I really focused on the radio part and the show and the ideas and hosting all these parties, becoming the ATL's best host and everything else like that. And in the meanwhile, all that time, I was also still doing my music. But now it's just the time for me to come out and go ahead and do it because now Dirty Boys is such a huge brand nationwide. It's like now I can focus on, what I've been doing.
Absolutely. Who doesn't know Dirty Boys? I've heard y'all all over Atlanta. So how do you strike that balance? I mean, being a personality, going out and, getting your name out to all these different venues, and then at the same time working on your music. How do you kind of keep those worlds in checks and balances, if you say?
If you're an artist, it's not hard. People ask me that. I'm like, I don't really sleep much, but in the daytime I'm doing stuff like this. I also do mixed martial arts, so I do that, and then I do my show, and then I host clubs, and I'm in also my producers here right now. I guess you just if it's something you love and something you're doing, then it's pretty easy. So there's really no balancing anything. It's just part of who you are, and you just live in it.
Absolutely. So you had dropped some big names earlier in our interviews, like Nicki Minaj and Jermaine Dupri. So how does some of those partnerships or collaborations come about? How did you get in touch with some of those big industry players?
Well, Gucci is a partner of mine for many years. I met Nicki through Gucci, so it wasn't like I don't want nobody to think like, yo, we called each other like, hey, what's up? It didn't happen like that. It was more like Gucci was there. I was at the studio. He had a record. He told me to hop on it. I did. She just happened to be there the same night, and she hopped on it as well. And so it just kind of went that way, and that's kind of basically how it turned out, So
in terms of you being an artist, what can we expect from you in terms of your musical or lyrical style? And what would you say really sets you out from the pack and really makes you unique and kind of brings that edge to what we've heard of music in Atlanta?
I'm comfortable sounding like myself. I don't want to sound like the Migos. I don't want to do their rap pattern that everyone does. And no disrespect. Hey, if you take that as disrespect, then you know that you are a follower. I'm not a follower, so I respect the Migos and I help put them on. But as far as everyone else taking their style, and then everyone else trying to sound like them, or trying to sound like Wayne, or trying to sound like Thug, or whatever you're trying to sound like, I just want to sound like me. So what you can expect is me, and whatever my sound is, and whatever idea of my music that I want to do. So you can always check it out, therealbenefit.com, also on my SoundCloud as well, Benefit, or Real Benefit SoundCloud, I'm sorry. But, I'm a mixture of just music, period. My mom's a singer. She does opera now, but she used to be an R&B singer, and so I come from a singer's background, so I hear like a singer, but I do rap music. So you hear a lot of melodies, and then you might hear some rap in it, some bars in there, It just depends. I just like music, period. I listen to Pink Floyd loud as hell in my car sometimes.
Pink Floyd, amen. We can all kind of relate to that. So now I heard you say bars now. And so what we going to do right now is put you on the spot a little bit. Oh my God. Can you drop a little line for us? A little 10-second, maybe 15-second drop, rap, for us to really get to know the real benefit.
This is what I tell y'all to do. I could do that, but it don't sell shit. So how about y'all just go on therealbenefit.com and buy it? But listen,
so it's like that?
It's damn sure like that, bro. I take pride in what I do. And honestly, yes, I can, but dropping bars is like, dude, if you're out here busting like angry freestyles at people all the time, that's not selling records and that's not getting you nowhere. And that's just not, I'm an entertainer, I'm an artist, homie. So if you really want me to, I will, but I'm just like, nah.
No. So you prefer not to? No, we want you to. We want you to. Come on, this is a new channel, new revenue for you.
All right, what is this? The Redland? Okay.
No, this is for on the guest list.
This is for on the get list.
StreamATL.net.
StreamATL.net. Okay. Let's see. Where can I go? Okay, look. I'm from the state that shakes and quakes with hot hollows. Drink my wet bottles, use them in a squabble. There ain't no stopping me. I'm in the game like EA Sports, a real G supposed to be. Tell your friends that it's over, see. I came to leave my mark like bloodstains where vaginas be. This is life, this ain't a game to me. I drop bombs like you Saddam, homie, and I'm the Bush family. I'm relentless with my attack. I leave your head like the Grand Canyon, spacious with a permanent crack, so stop your gum jumping. I'm the worst wave of attack. The only thing worse than me is God coming.
Oh, mic drop. All right, and he leaves. Can you bring it back here, E.T.? Bring it back here.
I'm to leave on that note. I'm done. Only thing worse than me is God coming.
we-
Come on, bro.
Now you know we had to close that out the right way. But that was dope though. So we can definitely, yeah, we definitely look forward to hearing more bars drop from you, and definitely keeping up with you and the real benefit. So in terms of social media, in terms of how people can connect with you, what are those looking like? What are those?
Real Benefit, I Am Benefit, Twitter, Instagram, therealbenefit.com, therealbenefit.com. Check it out on my webpage. I got my clothing designs on there. I designed those shoes myself. I designed that leather bag myself. Those are made out of Italy. T-shirts and stuff is cool, and the hats is cool. I designed that as well. So you can always check that kind of stuff out, therealbenefit.com. And just, you know what I mean, if you like different, if you want to hear someone sound like themselves and not sound like everyone else, holla at the boy.
Absolutely. We here on the guest list love different. We don't do the same of anything ever. So appreciate you, EP.
Yes.
And shout out your show on Hot 107.9.
Man, like, if you don't know about the Dirty Boys, you know what I'm saying, thedirtyboys.com, E.T. Cali. First of all, there's only two Dirty Boys, E.T. and J Nix. Everything else after that, they're partners with us, you know what I mean? But if anyone tries to do Dirty Boys and if you don't see this face or my partner Stewie Rock's face, they are lame-ass people with no talent trying to swagger jack something they can't create, period, because it didn't come from nobody else but our minds. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ET. And y'all keep it locked here. And we are here live at the No Sleep Soirée, here with my main man of the hour, Mr. Clutch Brady, who also happens to be an actor, singer, songwriter, and a creative. So tell us more about yourself, Clutch. What brings you out here to the No Sleep Soirée today?
I was fortunate enough to be on 107.9 Battlegrounds and be a winner 3 times in a row. And I was invited out by the beautiful people, E.T. and Paul of MMT Management. And I just wanted to come show love. And also, since I had the ability to maybe promote a little bit, clutchbrady.bandcamp.com. My single that was on Battlegrounds is No Lie. You could get that on that website, download it. Real simple process for you. I got a new project coming called CB4 on the music tip. I'm acting as well. And I have 2 webisodes that I'm working on writing. So I'm trying to be all over the board right now.
Oh, definitely. So many projects and so many different opportunities in the works.
Absolutely.
So tell us more about Clutch and your story. How did you sort of propel yourself into the Atlanta entertainment scene? How did that start out for you?
Honestly, just as people say, from the bottom to the top, like grinding. I started like in a quartet type of thing, and then I just did some old Boys of Men type of thing, and then came from that and worked on rapping and just built my whole story up and been acting since then and went to school, like just lived life and always gravitated towards entertainment. So once I committed, it just made me be right here. So I'm blessed that I'm here, and I plan for y'all to see much more.
Absolutely. So definitely in terms of future collaborations and in terms of people and projects that you're working on, what are those looking like? Can you drop any for us now?
No, not right now. I can't. I'm not at liberty to say, but I could just say that I have some good things coming.
We'll definitely be on the watch for that. So in terms of social media, in terms of keeping in contact with you and what you've got going on in the future, give us some of your social. Like, what is that?
Clutch Brady everything. Clutch Brady everything. So what it is on Instagram is Clutch Brady is the link on it. On Facebook is Clutch Brady. On Twitter is @ClutchBrady. That's the handle for all of it. So I'm very easy to find. YouTube, Clutch Brady as well. ClutchBrady.bandcamp.com. ReverbNation.ClutchBrady.com. So it just goes on. And then you can just Google Clutch Brady as well, and it pulls my process, everything up. So don't be scared to Google. I'm out there. I'm Googleable.
Like Tiana Taylor said, you better Google me, baby, right? Google me, baby. Okay.
Sure.
So what we like to do with all of our artists, per se, is we like to have them drop a line or two just to sort of test out their musical flair and let us sample them and sort of get up to speed with their music. So is there any line or anything you want to drop for streamatl.net?
I guess I have this single called Breathe. So I could do like a line or so from there.
Yeah, we'd love to hear it.
Oh, man. Hold on.
The floor is yours.
Can I grab it?
Absolutely.
Even though you beautiful, this like my Kiki Shepherd right here. The younger version, she fly, y'all. So,
Appreciate
you
that.
ready? I'm gonna do it to her. I'm gonna look at y'all too, but you ready? 45,000 feet in the air. You know a nigga said a prayer on the way to a Middle East piece of tree. The only thing is just me, solo dollar for the recharge. Y'all know I work hard. I'm a small part of progressive rise out Decatur. If you keep up with me, you gon' see me rise to greatness. I've been taking big shots, but now I won't miss. Gonna get a little change, you won't see it on my wrist. Buy some precious metals and properties globally. Even bury money in some places unseen. Cause I don't like the limit of the FDIC. Banks were broke before, don't want it happening to me. I just keep on making music. Perfecting my craft the whole time I'm doing it. After dropping art, performing out go far. Decided I'll be right here next to this star.
That was that was beautiful. But definitely one more thing that we love to do with all of our guests is just sort of have them share an issue or share a topic that they feel they want to be spoken more about in terms of media, in terms of religious, in terms of social, political. So do you have anything with in Atlanta that you want to be brought to the light right now in terms of issues?
I don't know about Atlanta. I could say just this country per se at the
Yeah,
moment.
this country, absolutely.
I'll say this without saying a lot. I completely support freedom of speech at any means and freedom of expression. So anybody could say that any way they want. I just say that. I support it. No matter what somebody chooses, that's their right. And that's what everybody is here for, to have their right. So that's what I support. That's the issue right now that I think is going on, and people who are aware, they know what I'm speaking on.
Thank you so much, Clutch,
No problem.
for your career, and I admire all your success, and I wish you tons of blessings and success in the future, and we will totally keep posted on you and be tracking what you're doing in the future.
Thank you so much.
So thank you, and thank you all for tuning in to StreamATL.net with your host Simone for On the Guest List Atlanta. So I've had the pleasure of talking to some artists, some creatives, and joining me now is Billy, who is a bit of an adventurous. Billy, can you tell us more about what you do and what brings you to the No Sleep Soirée today?
I'm good friends with E.T., a skateboarder from Atlanta, Georgia, by way of New York. And then I ride my motorcycle, so I've been doing it for like 5 years. Yeah. So that's what brought me out today. Plus, it's a beautiful day in Atlanta. Why not get out and be on 2 wheels? And after that, I'll be on 4.
Oh, absolutely. So tell us more about what you do and how long have you been motorcycling and skateboarding, just really in that whole industry?
Work-wise, own couple different brands. Main one being Skate Mate Case. So we take old skateboards and repurpose them into like custom phone cases. And then I do my own personal glasses for different artists. I've done stuff with Andre 3000. I've done stuff with Lil Wayne, Christina Milian. A lot of different people. John Abraham of the Falcons, Tom Deku from the Falcons. Pretty much everybody in Atlanta. And people in CNN, Wall Street. I've done a little bit with all those guys as far as skateboarding goes and making some stuff for them.
How did you end up making a name for yourself in the skateboard industry, and how did you come up or coin the phrase skate mate and make that a brand?
Thinking about just phone cases. I had a lot of friends asking me, like, can you make a phone case out of an old skateboard? And I thought about it, and about 2 years ago I came up with the idea. And then from there, just kind of spiraled and snowballed into what it is now. So if you go to skatematecase.com, you can check out the website there, see some of the cases that we have, and then the Instagram, skatematecase_.
Skate mate case. So I understand you have, and I saw you earlier with an example of that. Can you kind of show that for the camera now? Kind of stunt that for those of us that have not seen a skateboard reinvented into a cell phone case.
Well,
It's kind of cool.
It's a little, this right here, what you're looking at is a little preview of SkateMate Case Pro or SkateMate Case I. It's a little device that I came up with that you can detach, and then from there you can still film with it. Currently still in the patenting stage. Working with my attorney, David Smith. You hear that? I do have an attorney. Don't fuck around. Can I?
Don't steal it.
Yeah, just bleep that. So yeah, we've been working on it for about 2 years. So this is Skate Make Case Pro, Skate Make Case I, where again you can just remove it. A little competition for GoPro and a few other companies out there. So patenting and working on that now. So
Nice.
Skate Make Case, skatemakecase.com. You can check out the. I meant to bring one with me. I forgot.
No, it's okay. I'm glad we just
I try to pack light.
we actually got to see a preview here
Some
live
exclusive.
on
Notice I
streamatl.net
haven't put my
and
hand over
exclusive.
because I don't want you to see what it is, but it's a little something like that. Player.
All right, Billy. So you've had the pleasure of working with some amazing, definitely established people in the industry. What is your connection in terms of entertainment?
Skateboarding. That's it. I mean, I picked up a skateboard when I was 8 years old in New York, and I never let it down. So now that it's like the cool thing, I've just been able to kind of capitalize on that wave and understand that there is a need for it, and being able to take that and capitalize off it, market whatever I'm working on and whatever I'm doing. But also working with local brands. I mean, I'm all about home community. I come from a Latino background, so it's family's like a thing. So skateboarding's a family. So you just kind of work together and build each other up and just kind of build your own thing. And people just attracted to it, you know. So just kind of doing that, and that's what brought me here today. You know, music is as part of skateboarding as anything else. So ET being in the business and the music industry and everybody else here, they intersect. So it made it really awesome for me to come out and just be here, represent skateboarding, represent local skateboarding, and just represent it in general, and bond with the skateboarding and music community. Status Life, Gehenna, everybody else out there that's the homies out there. Shout out Mountain Dew, of course.
Okay, so we could probably all agree that skateboarding is a pretty niche industry. So what would you say about skateboarding that is maybe not known to a person on the outside looking in about skateboarding?
It's not easy. It's hard work. I've broken a lot of bones. My mom has yelled at me so much growing up. Me and my brothers grew up skating on a slab of concrete, no bigger than where we're standing right now. And I mean, twisted ankles, you name it. So it's definitely dedication, hard work. But then you look at the music industry, it's the same way. You got to go out there, you got to grind, you got to put your music out there, put your product out there. Same thing with skateboarding, same thing with your product. So that's just kind of brought me there.
And I love how you tied that all in, how it has similarities to music in terms of hard work, but it's kind of like one of those things, if you keep at it, then you can really be successful at it. So glad you were able to tie that in. So for those of us that want to keep in touch with you and learn more about SkateMate, how are we able to do that? What are your social media handles?
Always skatemakecase.com, skatemakecase _. And then from there, you can follow me on Instagram as well, _Billy A _. Billy A _. People have problems with that. I don't know why. But I do that on purpose. My Instagram is pretty low key, but it's pretty fun. It's pretty sporadic. I'm not really savvy. I just put whatever I want on there. So if you see it, you'll see a bunch of crazy stuff. But it's pretty interesting. It's fun. Check it out.
Yeah. I definitely, following our conversation, I definitely take more of an interest in that. And this beautiful bike that you've got here, what's the model?
This is a 2016 Yamaha R6. Shout out Yamaha. Shout out Two Brothers, Icon Motorsports, which is the helmet I ride. Those guys always show love. And then all my homies on the bike, either I know personally or have done some stuff with them or ride for them. So that's it.
And a bit interesting fact too, y'all, is that he recreates skateboards and kind of puts the art here on the motorcycle. So if you want to see more of that, or even get one of them for yourself, definitely go to his website. So one last thing before I let you go, is there any issues pending in the Atlanta community that you want to share with us, something that's important to you that you feel like can be brought to light?
Definitely education. It sounds kind of crazy, but as a skateboarder, having been educated in so many different things, it saved me in a lot of different ways out of bad situations. Being able to know what to do and formulate a plan and get out of a negative situation turn into a positive. So being able to do stuff for kids who may not be able to get that education, they may not go to Georgia State, Georgia Tech, or anything like that. Workshops. There's entrepreneurs out there that have ideas that if they just knew how to put it together in a formula, that in itself creates a spark and creates a flame. That's pretty much how I came up with Skate Make Case. You know, I've gone from living in my car, I've gone from being in trouble and just being a crazy kid and being where I'm at now. It was just being able to have that plan, but also having the education behind it and being smart enough to know that, hey, I can do it if I just put my mind to it. And that's where it comes with hard work. Like that goes with music, skateboarding, anything. It's just hard work. Just being dedicated and doing it. Yeah.
Wise words. Thank you so much, Billy. And thank y'all for keeping it locked here. Thank y'all for continuing to watch On the Guest List. I'm here with an actress model, Miss Fancy. Can you spell that for us?
Fanse. That's how you spell
See how she did that? I just wanted her to spell it out like that. I just wanted y'all to hear it. So Fancy, tell us what brings you to the No Sleep Soiree today, out in the beautiful Cascade area of Atlanta.
Actually, my baby father told me about this. He had a performance a couple of days ago. His name is Hitch Bernie. He's from Buffalo. We're both from Buffalo. So he's like, yeah, you go to this, go to that, do that. Because we have like to move. Because Buffalo, I don't know. You ever been to Buffalo?
I'm from New York originally, so just a side disclaimer. Bronx, New York City, Bronx, BX.
I'm from Buffalo, New York. And he told me about this event. So I was like, I'm going to go on behalf of you. So that's how I got here.
So what are your thoughts? How have you been enjoying this so far? And the No Sleep Soiree, but Atlanta too.
This is nice. Like I came September 1st. It's a whole new journey for me. I'm looking for apartment, work, all that. So this is a fresh start for me, basically. So.
So tell us more about Fancy and how you were introduced into the industry. What inspired you to be an actress model? Oh, she has a fancy dance. Did y'all see that?
My friend. No. Let me see. I always like taking pictures. Basically, that's it. I love taking pictures. My mom. She's actually been recording me since I was like a young baby. You could see my videos on Instagram. Fancy FANSE _. And you can follow me on Instagram. So, yeah, but I love being in front of the camera, basically. I try not to pay attention to it because it's like material, but it is what it is. How you move, people will come to you. That's how I look at everything.
And definitely what I've learned about being in front of the camera and being actress model is that image is everything. Image is really important.
But it's like people are going to judge you regardless. So it's like, do what you want. You know, be yourself, be comfortable. You know, that's how I look at everything. So
Absolutely.
and everybody's different. Nobody's the same. Everybody has their own little thing inside of them that pushes them forward. So you just got to know how to get there and focus, you know.
Absolutely, Fancy. So tell us more about how you got involved in acting and in modeling here in Atlanta. When did you actually break through, and what have been some of your successes or your most notable accomplishments?
Before I came here, actually, I was in a movie. Like, this is like my step. It's a step. Like, you know, you could take steps. This is like step one. In Buffalo, they had a movie called Tom. You know the first act? No, he was a lawyer. He was the first. Yeah, Thurgood Marshall. And they filmed the whole movie in Buffalo. So I sent all my information. They got me in it. I played a nurse. So I'm the only nurse in the movie. If you know, when it comes out, the guy, Chadwick Boseman, he played Thurgood Marshall. So when that movie comes out, go see it. I will be the nurse. I'll be playing the nurse. So hopefully you see me, you know.
Do you have any speaking roles, or you're just kind of attending to?
It's mostly improv. I just, brought the girl. She played in Girlfriends. I forgot her name.
Tracy Ellis Ross,
No, she's another girl. She played like the.
Golden Brooks, Jill Marie Jones.
I don't remember her name, but Chili was in it. The guy from Empire was in it. The gay dude. I don't remember his name.
Jesse Smollett.
Yep. He was in that, and I was in another scene where we were in like a nightclub, so we all did that.
Okay. Any other productions under your belt? That sounds like a good opportunity.
I really want to get. I want to get in music videos, but I want to be like the main chick. I don't want to be one of the side chicks. I don't do.
Well, it doesn't matter too much if you're not shaking your butt or anything, right?
As long as you're good at it.
Awesome.
Good at what you do.
Absolutely. Where can we get in touch with you, Fancy J?
You can follow me on Instagram, FANSE_. Also, my email. No, actually, go to my Instagram because my email is on my Instagram. So FANSE_. That's my Instagram. And I Snapchat too. Snapchat is without the underscore. I said underscore.
It's all right. It's all right.
So,
We will be checking for you either way. So one last thing before we let you go. Is there anything in Atlanta that you want to see brought to the light, whether it's in terms of social issues, political issues, or something that you've noticed just being in the entertainment scene here in Atlanta? Anything that you want to talk more about?
I was conceived here. My mother, she got pregnant here on Halloween. And I was born in '88. So she got conceived October on Halloween, but she moved back to Buffalo because my dad couldn't get a job. So I was born in Buffalo for all these years, and I came back because I was getting too comfortable in Buffalo. I was working to pay bills. So it's like, I can't do that. That's not what I was here for. I wasn't put here to pay bills. You know what I'm saying? So, okay, let me finish. All I'm saying is, find your purpose. Ask God to use you. Basically, when you pray, say, God, use me. That's all I'm saying. So.
Absolutely. That's incredibly important. Thank you, Fancy. We'll be keeping an eye on you. Yeah, because up and coming artists and entertainers are some of the best and most exciting in the industry. So, y'all, thank you for staying tuned with us. And we've got more for you, so don't go anywhere. Y'all, this is your host, Simone Jameson, still live with On the Guest List, and I hope you've been enjoying what you've been seeing so far. Here with me is one of my main guys, Mr. Frank Diddy. How are you, Frank Diddy?
What's up? What's happening?
Okay, so let's start off. What brings you out here to the No Sleep Soirée today? Are you here to network? I mean, people are here for a variety of different reasons. Give us yours.
Well, actually, I got invited by, as y'all all know, E.T. On 107.9. I met him at the U Bar and, just politicking back and forth. You know what I'm saying? He told me about this opportunity, and he just told me it's a great event to attend. So, I just made sure I was going to be here.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those events, somebody that's anybody, is going to be here. So tell us more about what you do, what your music is about, and your style as Frank Diddy.
Basically, my music, it speaks for itself. I'm kind of down to earth with my music. I try to mainly focus on, like, everyday real people, not for as the flashy, you know what I'm saying, stunting on people. It's cool whoever does it, but, my music, I just try to let the music speak for itself. And just make sure everybody get a good vibe. And also at the same time, just try to create music, that people really like, that they're going to feel and really take in, So that's kind of like what I focus on. I got a whole catalog of songs. I think my music really speaks for itself. I recently had a project out in the streets of Atlanta called KVGTSC. You probably seen it at some of your stores around here in the Atlanta area. Got a big catalog on YouTube, about 50 songs you can go listen to. You can actually find me at Frank Diddy, FrankDidae, is all one word. And, just something they can go and check out. You got 50 free songs already, so you can definitely go check that out. Instagram, Twitter, Frank Diddy, FrankDidae, Snapchat. The social media game is going pretty strong now. Yeah, so yeah, I got a lot of music, you know what I'm saying? And I also produce. I've been doing that for about 12 to 13 years. And, like I said, just trying to get it cracking, you know what I'm saying?
We can all relate to that. So, Frank Diddy, in terms of your style and in terms of being a music producer and the type of music that you put out, what would you say sort of differentiates you or sets you apart from the rest of these artists out here? Because you have so many people in the music industry that are sort of doing the same thing you are. What would you say is your competitive edge?
I'm glad you asked me that. This is the favorite part right here. My music stands out because I got my own style. I've never been a wave rider, you know what I'm saying? I've always been about creating something that's different but still sounds good to the people. Like I said, I'm still about lyrics. I started rapping back in 1994, like when people like Nas, when the North was hot. Atlanta ain't always been on top. The South wasn't always to the point where we at now. And I was influenced by hip hop when it was still about lyrics. And so, now my music that I put together now is more like about good beats. I got to give you that hit. I got to give you that bass and everything that the South want. But you go still get great lyrics and great content. That's something that people can understand. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just trying to bring, lyrics back to the rap game. That's my main goal. And just do it in a way to where even people that's coming up today are still like it. I'm just trying to. None of my music sounds the same. I mean, if you listen to, if you go on YouTube, like I said, FrankDidae, if you go and check out all my music, nothing sounds the same. My style just changed. However the beat is how my style is going to be on that song, you know what I'm saying? So you never go get the same thing, from me, for us the music. You're gonna definitely get something, that's different, and you'll like it.
So, can you give us a sample of what that type of music would be? And I mean, what do your lyrics consist of, and what subjects do you usually sort of, keep in your genre?
Well, I talk about a lot of real life issues. I do have party songs, I like to turn up just like everybody else. Don't get me wrong. I'm not Kendrick Lamar, but I might have bars for him. Not calling out Kendrick Lamar, man. Shout out to Kendrick Lamar. But I got bars, I like to turn up. So I make club music. I make a lot of riding music, something you can really ride and think about. It's a lot of, in this economy today, it's still a lot of struggling people out here. And, I used to be in the same predicament just like some of these other people, man. So I just still make music for those people. Like I said, it's not all about flashy cars and things like that. It's still the people in the struggle. So I just try to cater to that crowd as well and just cater to everybody in general. So it's just my diversity of my music is just on a whole nother level. And, I'll never be the artist to, brag on myself. Once again, I just let the music speak for itself. And, I'm just one of the type of artists, I want the fans to brag about me. I'm not going to brag on myself. I'm going to just create the music. I'm going to give it to you and just hope that you love it.
That's all an artist can really hope for at the end of the day. Am I right? Okay. So before we close this out, are there any issues in particular that you want to be brought to light in terms of what your experience has been in Atlanta and in terms of some of the things that you've gone through growing up in childhood or, at any point in your life?
Yeah, I mean, for sure. Where I came from a small town called Gaston, South Carolina, in the middle of nowhere, just 20 miles away from Columbia. I always did music. Actually, I participated in piano lessons. I played in band and orchestra all the way up to 11th grade high school. So this music thing ain't just just rap. I'm a musician, so to speak. I know how to read notes. A lot of artists don't know how to do that. But I'm not going to down those artists. But my thing is, I grew up in a place to where I knew nobody ain't coming to get you, dude. You know what I'm saying? You got to go to where the action is at. So that's kind of what brought me to Atlanta. I've been in places like Charlotte, North Carolina, but just to get to the point, like I said, I just felt like where I came from, you know, the music was hidden from the world. So, you know, I just came to this city, you know, pretty much just to bring it to the light. You know what I'm saying? And just so people can get exposed to it. You know, I just felt like I got something to say, and I think people should check it out.
Have you had the opportunity to work with any well-known people in the industry?
Well, actually, I was in the studio with Zaytoven. We all know who Zaytoven is if you think about Atlanta. I ran into him at Patchwork, so, you know, we definitely, on the low, we got some things in the works, you know, so just definitely watch out for that. You know, I'm not going to really speak on too much. You know, I'm going to just let people just see what we got popping, you know, so.
Oh, absolutely. It'll be a surprise. But thank you for interviewing with me today, Frank Diddy. It's been an absolute pleasure. And y'all stay tuned. We've got more coming up for you here with On the Guest List. Hey y'all, I'm here with Jaleesa, aka Anchor Woman, who is also joining me at the No Sleep Soirée today. How are you, Jaleesa?
I'm doing fine. I'm having a good time here, listening to music, having a couple of drinks, and the food is really good. So I'm having a good time so far.
Yeah, we're definitely sort of vibing and feeling that.
Right.
So tell us more about Jaleesa, aka the Anchor Woman. What do you do, and what brought you out here to the No Sleep Soirée today?
I'm friends with Paul. I model, I act. I've been in a couple of things. I'm in a national hair campaign for olive oil. I'm the face of red hair. The last movie that I've been in was All Eyes on Me. I have a feature role on that. That's a new Tupac bio, November 11th, so check it out. And I'm about to be a media personality. I'm starting my own business where I, interview and get footage of different places to go because people really don't know where to go as far as brunches, happy hour, upscale, low scale, whatever you want to do. So.
Definitely, and Atlanta, I feel like is so full of little secret hideaways and hidden treasures. So what would you say are some of those for you? Can you drop a few for us?
Sure. I can say, all right, if you want to look for, if you want to look for a good brunch spot, go to Atlantis. It's on Piedmont Road. If you want to look for an after-hours spot, maybe Anchor Down. It stays. That's a big secret I'm about to drop, but it stays open until about 7 in the morning, and you can go from there with puka drinks, DJ, everything like that. A good date spot. Oh, Cafe in the Mezzo. I prefer the one in Midtown, but the one in Dunwoody is really nice. I mean, I want to have a variety of things I could just share to people just for anything. A good sports place to watch sports would be the Ivy at Buckhead on Sundays. Good sports. Good. My bad, not good sports, but they have unlimited mimosas, good food, and everybody's in there to just caring about football or whatever sport is playing. So.
Definitely. I've heard of a cafe in Hermosa, actually, and some of the other places that you've dropped. So we'll definitely have to check in with those.
Definitely.
So tell us more about you, Jaleesa. What is your background, and what led you into being an actress/model? What is your journey?
My journey. Well, I'm going to simplify it and I'm going to give you a whole biopic, basically. But I was going to college in Alabama. I decided I wanted to model and act, and I took a chance. I'm a risk taker. I'm a gymnast/cancer, so, we're kind of crazy and spontaneous. So I packed up my suitcase, got a $20 bus ticket, and I moved to Atlanta. I just kind of learned everybody very fast and the environment. I mean, obviously going to events, everybody is somebody here. So I went to events, started conversation talkers to people, starters to people, and people remember me, my personality, what I wanted to do. I started at sleeping on somebody's couch for 7 months. And I was going to at least 3 auditions a day. I had no name or nothing. And now I'm on a national hair campaign with olive oil. I'm on an infomercial. I'm in all across the country. And I'm in a major Tupac biopic movie and everything. So God is blessing me. And that's a little bit of my journey. So.
Definitely. Good stuff.
Personality. I'm just very spontaneous and wild. And I just think that's what helps me a lot. And that's helped me survive in this industry. There's no guidelines to surviving in it, but I also want to be a real person to other people who want to follow their dreams. So I want to show you hey, I messed up. Hey, I worked hard. Hey, it's been ups and downs and everything like that. But if you learn from my journey, then maybe you don't have to make the same mistakes that I made. Maybe you can be better than me because it's enough money out here for all of us. So I'm cool with that.
Absolutely, Jaleesa. That is so inspiring. And yeah, I was definitely wanting to ask you what type of advice do you have for aspiring media professionals and people that are new to Atlanta that sort of have not found their way yet? What words of wisdom would you kind of leave for them?
Okay. The best words of wisdom I can say to survive in this entertainment world, you have to have a strong foundation in yourself before you just leap out here. We all think we want to be millionaires, we want to be famous, and it looks nice, but when you really are in there, if you don't have a strong foundation and the strong morals and values, then you're going to get lost. And that's the worst thing you can do. And when you see these celebrities that are like, oh, they're so great, and then they fall down because they got lost. They didn't have a strong foundation. They had talent, but if you don't have a spiritual foundation, interpersonal foundation about yourself, and what you have to have a limit, basically, of what you would do and not do. And you have to stick with it no matter what. If you stick with it, plus your talent, and just network, you will be successful. I promise you. Like, you definitely will. But if you don't, then you're going to fall down. I'm sorry to say that, not to be negative, but you're going to fall down. It's going to be hard to get back up. So start off strong first. Know yourself. Know your worth. Know your value. And then go out there and try to make it work.
Thank you so much, Jaleesa. So to follow up with you, if we want to keep in contact and get some more tidbits of wisdom for you, how can we do that? What are your social media handles?
Okay, you can follow my personal account is Anchor Woman of Atlanta. I have a model account which is Jaleesa H, Jaleisa in the letter H. You can follow me on my fan page on Facebook, Anchor Woman of Atlanta, personal page Jaleesa Henderson. And I'm going to be coming out with a website very soon, so look out for that. It's going to be called Let's Talk. Okay.
Thank you so much, Jaleesa. And before we let you go, one thing that we do usually like to ask all of our guests is, what issue do you want to see brought to light in the media, or something that's important to you that you want to elaborate more on?
Can you rephrase that question?
How? So there are a lot of issues here in Atlanta, and they span social, political, just all different types of areas. So in terms of what's going on in the media, is there anything that you feel like is lacking? Is there anything that you feel you want to see more of in television? And it could be anything: social, political, spiritual, anything.
Okay. Well, I mean, obviously, as far as political, spiritual, anything, it's the whole Black Lives Matter. And especially being in the city of Atlanta, where it's mostly of Black lives, this is, I mean mostly of Black lives, meaning this is the most professional Black life I've ever seen in any city I've been in, that we all actually come together. So I want us to come together a little bit more. And let's start with smaller goals that we can actually accomplish. Like, let's narrow it down. So, yes, what's going on in the world? I'm not going to go into, like, certain catchphrases, but they're very broad. Like, yes, they make sense, but they're very broad. So okay, what can we do? Let's go a little bit deeper into that. Let's find out things that, okay, you say don't kill us. Cool, that's broad. But let's go a little deeper into what laws can we pass, or can we push together like they did back 50 years ago when they was like, hey, we're people. Hey, we want to vote. Hey, we want to stop segregation. They took it one by one by one. They pushed. Yeah, it was hard, but they pushed for it. So just like the rights that we want now, we need to take it like what small steps first, and then let's push through it together. If you're going to only support Black businesses, let's start with a particular franchise of Black businesses that we're going to all stand for and push towards it, and we're going to make those differences. You got to start small before you can be big. So.
Absolutely, and I like that perspective, because we're talking about strategy here. Because I mean, so many people they know that they wanna just hop on the bandwagon sometimes, and it's kind of like, okay, well let's have a focus. So thank you for bringing that to light, Jaleesa. This has been an absolute pleasure catching up with you. And for On the Guest List Atlanta, stay tuned for more exclusive interviews right here. Hey, y'all. Thank you for keeping it locked here with On the Guest List. I am joined by two of my favorite men today. Savo Go Crazy, how are you feeling?
What's going on? I'm feeling real good right now. Feeling real good. How you feeling?
Yeah, I'm doing fantastic. Y'all have my energy levels up to the sky. Y'all are crazy.
Power up, you know what I'm saying? That's how we do. See me, you heard it from me itself. We power up. We don't pipe up. We don't turn up. We power up. You know what I'm saying?
All right, we heard that.
Super Saiyan Slick, man. Super Saiyan Sample is it did.
It's Slick Mitch. All right. So tell me, what brings y'all out to the No Sleep Soiree today? What do y'all expect to get out of this event?
Baby girl, we finna be turned. We trying to network. We trying to find more people to work with. We over here. We trying to let people know who Savage go crazy and my nigga Slick over there. We trying to figure out. Goddamn, I fucked up, baby girl. Yeah. I'm trying to find more people to work with. That's all. You know what I'm saying? Trying to meet more people, network, and get my name out there. Cause I'm Savage go crazy all together.
All right. And what about you, Slick Mitch?
Man, I came because, I've been networking with Paul Lewis, and I've been, talking to Magic Music Management, and I'm trying to get part of the team, honestly. I'm trying to see what guidance and structure I can get and take forward, you know what I'm saying? Because it's time for me to touch another level. Like, I've been doing this for a minute, you know what I'm saying? I did over 300 open mics, shows, books, porn, all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's time to hit a whole nother level. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I ain't here to play with them. You know what I'm saying? Y'all call it No Sleep. My second Slick tape document 2, No Sleep, just music and money. You feel me? So I relate. So let's get this shit going. You feel me?
So how long have y'all been doing this music bid?
So I've been doing it about 3 years now, since 2013 to 2016. So it's been a little while. It's time to come up, though. It's time to make some money, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get up here.
And what about you, Slick Mitch?
Well, I've been doing it since I was 17. I really just started taking it serious the last 2.5 years. When I was like, I met up with somebody and it was like, hey man, you really should, So I'm like, if I start, I ain't gonna stop. I'm really gonna do it this time. I've been writing since I was 13. First time recording 17, 18. Now I'm 24 and I'm on a whole nother level and I need another one. Another one. I gotta power up to another one. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm here for, that's what's going on. That's how long I've been doing music.
All right, cool. So what would you say is your favorite part of being in the music industry? Like, what is sort of the fuel behind the fire type thing for you? Why do you do it? Why music?
Shit. Being on stage. And that energy, you know what I'm saying? You be lit in that bit. That's my favorite part, you know what I'm saying? I do it because I love it, basically. It's an art to me, you know what I'm saying? And as an artist, you create whatever you feel. So that's the main reason I do that jump. So yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely important. What about you, Slick?
A little bit of what he said, but I got one main goal of my whole music and like wanting to be is the law of position for position. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get in position to put people in position. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like this is entertainment. This is what I do. Like cameras, lights, all that. I love this. You feel me? I love this stage. You know what I'm saying? So it all feels natural. It's just fun to me. But I know the opportunities and the doorways I can open up for people. Like I can put people through college. I can make my own lawyers. I can make my own black barbers. I can open youth centers in my city. I'm from Mississippi, West Point. They sleep on us. They forgot about us. I did. You feel me? And that's what I do it for. I'm trying to show them you people care. You know what I'm saying? And that's me. So I can get, if I can only make it $2 million, and I know somebody that got a mindset that just ain't got the money or the time, and I can invest in them, and they go get $200 million. At least I know, you know what I'm saying, I help somebody else be better. You feel me? Everything else is easy. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, it's important. It's important that you do have a backstory. Now, a lot of artists that we've been speaking with do have a hustle or something that sort of fuels their passion behind the music or another occupation that they have. So what is your background in terms of where you're coming from, and how did that sort of lead into you doing music?
Yeah, see, goddamn, my dad from Jamaica, my mom's from Haiti. I was born in New York. You know what I'm saying? So, goddamn, I was born in New York, Brooklyn. Goddamn, that's where I'm from and stuff. Goddamn, yeah, you already know what's up, goddamn. But raising from there, I'm in Atlanta now, and I see everybody goddamn doing this music thing, and I see how you really got to put how you feel in that bit. Like, I want to make music the way you feel me. You know what I'm saying? I want y'all to feel what I'm saying in my music. So, goddamn, that's really got me goddamn doing this really like that. I got to do it like that because I want people to feel what I'm saying in my music. I want y'all to feel me. Yeah, so I go crazy. Yeah.
And what about you, Slick? What is your backstory and what sort of led you into music?
Well, when I was I think I was going to the ninth grade. My homie Shamar, they came up with a rap group, and they was like, "Hey man, we finna start rapping and stuff." And me, I like to write. I love to write and read, like easy. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, yeah, do it. So I just started writing. I never knew nothing about no instrumental, no bars, no counting bars, no how long the song should be, no hooks. I was just writing, just writing and rhyming. And I kind of over just me picking it up and like, then Lil Bow Wow back in the day when I was young, he used to get all the girls, you feel me? So I'm like, I'm trying to get like that, to get the drink, get the braid, get on the red, you know what I'm saying? Now it's just a little deeper passion to it since it's a you know what I'm saying, dedicate a huge portion of my life to it, but you know what I'm saying? I was born, my folks, we from West Point, Mississippi, Richmond, Mississippi. I was born in Germany. They met in Germany and had me, you know what I'm saying? Came back to the state, been all over the place, been in Georgia 10 years. So I'm slick from Atlanta, Mississippi, you feel me? So I just been out here living, meeting folk like Savo, you know what I'm saying? I was in the line one time. He was getting on my nerves. He was jumping up and I was like, man, what's this dude? I'm like, man, you know what? He's just like me, man. What's up? Like, you feel me? So it's just a love for it and just, man.
If we want to keep up with you, what are your social media handles? How can we get in with Slick?
Period sign, like Slick, SLICKMITCH _ Twitter, Instagram, Slick Mitch 1 on Snapchat, and just Slick Mitch on everything, SoundCloud, AudioMac, Reverb, DatPiff, Live Mixtape, Facebook, everything. Like just Slick Space Mitch. You're gonna find everything. Google me. You did.
All right. And what about you, Sava?
Goddamn. IG is Savo _ go crazy. You know what I'm saying? Savo go crazy. I ain't got no Twitter, no Snapchat, none of that. Y'all gonna have to follow me. I'll find out more the rest of that.
I like how when he do Savo go crazy. How did this whole hand gesture come to? Are you coming out with a dance soon? I felt like that was gonna lead into a Dougie a little bit, like.
Yeah. I already know.
All right, so before I let y'all go, because y'all have been really turned up, what issues do you want to see focused on in the community in terms of music or in terms of anything that is going on in Atlanta that's important to you?
First off, Black Lives Matter. That's all I want to say. I got locked up a lot of times. I don't want to say how many, but I got locked up a lot of times, and people deserve what they get, but at the same time too, some of these things I be seeing going around in Atlanta shouldn't happen because we people too, you know what I'm saying? So that's all I want to say on that. That's all I want to say on that. Yeah.
That's good. That's really good. What about you, Slick?
Well, my point of view is kind of like with that Black Lives Matter. Like I be on my Facebook and I see folk they love to like say something and then they drop the Black Lives Matter just to be a part of the hashtag. But I feel like the people that show real interest are people who physically go and do things to really make change, or like they really have a mindset where I know if I could do this, then we could do this, this, and this. That might change instead of just, oh man, Black Lives Matter, and go right back to sleep and take a nap, wake up at 3 o'clock and say some more stuff, then go feed your dog, then go listen to Chief Keef, bang, bang, and cuss out your homies and all that. But you know what I'm saying? I do ratchet stuff. I'm ratchet as hell too. Don't get confused. You know what I'm saying? But, you feel me? But I understand that I'm not finna, like I know it's certain things I can't do for the Black Lives movement as a whole. I can't, so I'm not gonna fake this false, you know what I'm saying, like support through little statuses if I'm not gonna be doing something. You know what I'm saying? So like when I know certain people who really take the time and really do things, I respect them, I salute them 100%. You know what I'm saying? Wonderful movement. But, me personally, I'm not in position for position yet. Once I get in position for position, I can have my say-so. Because now I'm showing y'all, you know what I'm saying? I'm building Y centers. I'm opening up new Waffle House because Mississippi bunking. Because Slick Mitch be rocking shows, about 100,000 in mud. And everybody came all the way down there from Atlanta to Augusta, La Vasta, La Ucha. You feel me? But anyway, you know, I'm talking about a football team where I'm from. You know what I'm saying? Put a bunch of black boys on them football fields.
So what you're saying, Mitch, so what you're saying is it's most important to be proactive. Yeah. Because a lot of people are here, they can go say, yeah, Black Lives Matter, and then they fall asleep. they're not really a part of the movement. So.
Like, I carry the same way with my music. Like, I come into a show or a performance, I might not talk to nobody. I'm not bougie, I'm not stuck up, none of that. I just feel like I don't have the right, or I can't just be talking to y'all if I ain't showed y'all what I can do yet. So
Absolutely.
I get on stage, and then, we get out, hey. But,
We can all relate to that. Thank you, Slick Mitch. It's been a pleasure. And Savo, go crazy. Yeah, all right. Y'all keep it locked here. Don't go anywhere. We have more for you. All right. I hope y'all have been enjoying yourselves. I know I have. And right now I am joined by Kia, creative director of Magic Music Management, here today at the No Sleep Soirée. How are you feeling, Kia?
I'm feeling great. I'm feeling fine for early in the afternoon. Thank you.
And thank you for joining us. So I understand that you are also an acting coach. Tell us more about your affiliation with this event and what type of creative flair you bring in terms of the Atlanta music scene and in terms of developing artists.
Yeah, I had a funk band called Micra for several years, and with that being said, and performing my entire life, and my mom is here actually, she was my performance coach. Growing up as a small child, it was always my second passion. I went to school, of course, for acting and theater, an MFA in theater as well, and a graduate in drama therapy. So with those things, I've combined and created my own theory, as well as safe acting. With Magic Music Management, I'm the creative director, which helps the artists, they consider me the oracle, feel as if they can evoke their message and their brand, everything that they stand for, their songs, their lyrics. It all comes out in their character, in their personality, in their style, in their walk, in their music, in their sound, and anything that's affiliated with them as a brand. So I help them make that cohesive and fluid.
Absolutely. That definitely makes a lot of sense because there is that creative background that sort of fuels that drive and sort of fuels that passion and that character. So how would you say it's been in terms of coming from a creative background and really sort of being in the drama scene, but then to go to behind the scenes, sort of working with other artists to really develop their craft? Like what fueled your passion for that? Why would you say you do it?
I was God-driven. I act as a muse. I'm inspired by the Almighty, and He described to me and personally what my position was. So the process is just being obedient, and He told me where my place was and my calling was in life, and I just grabbed hold of it and had faith and did what I was told to do.
All right. So speak more about the label, Magic Music Management, which I see you're donning a T-shirt for them. How did you get put on with Magic Music Management, and how did you get connected to Paul, which I understand is one of the masterminds for Magic Music Management?
I actually started doing auditions for him for bands and for reality shows. They're called, what are they called? Reels, sizzle reels. Yes, thank you. I lost the words. And I started doing auditioning and casting for those for him initially, and then working with artists that he was signed to his label for stage presence and performance. And that's how I came in initially.
Good stuff. Good to hear. So in terms of us getting to know you better, tell us more about your story. Where did you come from? Are you originally from Atlanta? How did you get to the Hollywood of the South, per se? Give us more background on you.
I started out born in Boston, Massachusetts, and raised in Brooklyn. Don't cross that bridge. And what happened was I just went to Erasmus Hall for the Arts, and I studied drama, and I had my own band, and I just grew up in a performing behavior. That was my lifestyle. So I don't come from a new thing or it just happened. And I decided as I got older, due to the fact that I felt like I didn't have the guidance that I needed in my professional career as an artist, I decided to be that. So I just took full place to encourage other artists that are kind of lost and don't know which way to go. You can do anything you want to do, and you just got to learn how to do it.
So you definitely, from talking with you, you definitely have a lot of experience in this sort of industry and in terms of developing new talent. So what would you say has been maybe some of your challenges or maybe some things that upcoming artists or people that want to develop their craft could take away from you? What advice would you give to them based on what you've seen working to develop new talent?
I definitely would go ahead into work ethic and professionalism at all times, on time, ready to work, and prepared. By doing that, you have developed a discipline to make you a higher achiever, not just an achiever or super achiever, but a higher achiever where you could climb mountains at that point. So it's just really about developing that work ethic and discipline and really believing in yourself. And from there, it's sky's the limit. There's no glass ceiling.
Absolutely, Kia. Thank you so much for enlightening us with that. So for those of us that want to keep in touch with you on social media or the internet or any other means, how can we do that?
You just follow me at Kia, like the car. I hate to say it, but it is Kia E Coaching LLC.com. Kia E Coaching, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. You can reach out to me at any time, and you can reach me also at Kia E at Triple MGT for Magic Music Management as well.
What other services do you provide, and what can we expect to find in your websites?
I'm definitely building right now a whole organization of my own. I have vocal coaches that are on board right now and dance choreographers that are on board to give the artists the full training that they need. So we're really working on getting that and the AR side of Magic Music Management to its fullest capacity right now.
Thank you so much, Kia. And before we leave today, if we can get you to speak on an issue or something that you want to be seen, brought to light here in Atlanta, whether it's media, anything that you want to talk about or elaborate in terms of a sort of walking away point.
I just want to say, Black Lives Matter, hashtag Black Lives Matter. I'm black, I'm proud, I'm beautiful, and that's what I am. I come from Nat Turner, I come from Ella Fitzgerald, I come from Louis Armstrong, I come from Malcolm X, and we all do. Those are our ancestors. They made a way for us. Grasp onto that and stop going with the naysayers, say what society says, and do you. And also remember, keep your head up because we have something to be proud of. We've come a long way. Black Lives Matter. Let's support each other.
Absolutely. Let's support each other, and let's support Kia E. If you want to learn more about her services, visit her website and keep in touch with her on social media. And thank you for tuning in on the guest list. This is Simone again.